So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to change the taller stock Honda windshield to a much shorter, I think what they call the shorty windshield on the Honda CTX700 fairing version. Okay, so I have the fairinged DCT model with ABS brakes. Now this windshield, the taller one from Honda, is really bad because it buffs all the air right on my face. When I'm wearing glasses and I'm riding, my glasses is like bouncing all over, so I can't really even focus. And hopefully with the shorty windshield, the wind will not buff in front of my face, which should make riding a lot better. So for example, my Piaggio doesn't have a windshield and I have absolutely no issue riding on the city street. This one, big issue. And I rarely ride on highways, so it's just mostly city cruising. Also have a shorter windshield is gonna give me the advantage of more airflow here in the hot Florida, Miami. Okay, so that's the reason I'm going from a taller one to a shorter one. And I know it sounds not like a lot of other people who always go for the biggest, the tallest windshield they can get. And obviously there are different reasons for different people's needs, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Really the only thing you need, the tool, is I believe a size 5 hex wrench right here. So you just need to remove, I believe, a few clips, and then you should be able to access the whole front windshield area. So the clips that you're gonna remove first is this one, this one, this one, and this one. And with those four removed, you also need to remove a pop clip, which is right here. To remove the pop clip, you need something sharp. Okay, so let's see, let's just find a smaller size hex wrench. Smaller than the diameter of that little popping area. So this one should do. You should be able to push this onto the clip and pop it off. Okay, so this is a pop clip that was originally in here. Now those screws are like super easy to remove. Okay, as you can see, I already have one side off. That's how easy it is. Now for me, on this side, the pop screw was lost. I never had that pop screw. So literally just two screws holding it, and I removed those two. This one literally just came off. Those are the tabs, okay, for the edge. And this is the pop screw. What I used is a stubby screwdriver. I literally just pop it like that. Just push it in, and the cincher recesses, and it opens up this, in which you can remove it very easily. Okay, so yeah, there's really no technical skills required to get those two panels off. And for the other side, let me just rip it off with one hand. I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, so literally you lift up from here and get this part off, and just slowly work your way, popping the rest off. You can use a guitar tab, it might work a little bit better. So let me go grab a guitar tab because I might be able to just pop it much easier. So this one is tricky because the cincher is a tab over here. And what you want to do is, in the center part, you have to push this down, okay? You literally have to apply pressure here to rotate it out. The rest of the tab are just standard locking tabs. Okay, let's see. So standard center one you have to push down, the rest should just slide out. Okay, so with this exposed, I think there are a few more tabs that you need to remove. So let's find out which one. So the next, there are two pop clips that you have to remove that's hidden. Okay, I'm gonna show you. If you put your hand here, you can feel the end of the pop clip here, and you're gonna remove it from this side. For this, you need something more stubby to push it in. Okay, show you. Not sure if it's gonna show, but it's right here. Okay, right here. All right, you just gotta find a creative way to pop it out. go in from there and push from here. The other side, same thing. You can feel it going from here, push from there. Okay, so take those two out. All right, and they are out. Okay, so if you don't take this out, you will never be able to remove the front panel. The front panel right now is just pressure fixated with a few pressure plates. With those two pop outs out, you can now safely, firmly lift this off, okay? Preferably with two hands. So I'm gonna do that with two hands, grab those two areas and pop it out. The front panel is rather off fairly easily. If you look on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. And this one looks like it's already broken. So before when they serviced it, it's gone. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this one. Which exposes the mirror. All it's securing it are 4 5mm bolts. And if you remove those 4, you should be able to take the old one out, put your new windshield in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of the cleaning around this area just to make it look nicer. They do have a little foam over here to prevent the wind from going in here, but you know, just be careful and try to change the windshield and make sure you put everything back exactly the way they are. The top cover, the pop clips on the 2 sides, and the 2 screws plus 1 more pop clip, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm going to change the windshield, show you guys what it looks like after the change. This is what the 4 screws looks like. So there is a rubber washer at the bottom, a plastic washer in between the rubber and the screw, and there are 4 of them. Once you have those 4 removed, you can simply take it off. Okay, and gone with the tall windshield and coming with the short one. So let me put this back here. Take a look at the short windshield. And again, I bought this from a seller who replaced this with another aftermarket one. So this one is literally new with maybe 100-200 miles of riding, and it looks much more streamlined, at least for my riding needs in the city, right? It's gonna look good. Okay, and with my full face helmet, I'm still well protected while riding in the city, and I get a lot more wind flowing through my jacket. Usually when I have the tall windshield in the city, it's very, very hot and unbearable with my full leather jacket on, just because there's not enough wind flow. And now with this, I'm gonna have a lot more wind flow and no resistance and buffering around my my head area, which is gonna be really, really good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put everything back on and give you guys a final look. So it is installed. One thing I want to emphasize is, you see this little thing over here, do not over tighten. Okay, so this probably means I've tightened it too much. I want to actually back it out a little bit. Okay, all right, even though this is molded, you do not want to over tighten. This will not stop. So once you feel some sort of pressure, it's okay to stop. You don't want to actually tighten this all the way to a point where it stops tightening, and that probably means it's already over tightened. Okay, so just make sure it's snug and it doesn't move around, and that's good enough. Okay, so that's it. Next step is simply putting this cover back on there. I'm gonna clean the internal just a little bit before I put it on here, and then put the 2 pop clips locking this onto the frame, and then the 1 pop clip and the 2 screws on each side, and that's it. All right, so that's one thing I want to mention. Don't over tighten this. So to put the pop clips back in there, for example, this one that's locking the front face shield, you want it to be in this position. You don't want it to be pushed all the way in. You want it to be in this position, and then you put it in there, you push it flat. Okay, so that's what you want. I'm just gonna align this one. Be careful not to lose it. And again, I can't really do it with one hand, so I gotta do it with two hands. But just align it, or you can literally take the pin out if you can. Put this on the frame first, okay? Like literally, put this on the frame first. And then put the pin in there. And guess what? I'm gonna lose it if I'm doing it with one hand. All right, so it is done. And that's how simple it is to get your windshield replaced on the Honda CTX. Couple quick recap. I did lose the pop screw on one end, and it was missing the pop screw on the other end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna order some aftermarket replacement pop screws to get the two that I was not able to put on replaced. So the two screws, one is over here and one is over here. I was able to successfully put the two prop screws holding this in place, which was good. But the other one, when I was trying to put it on there, I literally lost the pin. So I couldn't find it anywhere on the ground, and it's gone. That's how easy it is to lose screws on the motorcycle when you're working on it, and especially if you don't have a dedicated place to work on your bike, like mine, okay? So be really careful, and that's it. This is the windscreen that it replaced. This is the genuine Honda tall windscreen for the CTX. And again, I really just hate this one. It doesn't work good. It blocks some of the wind, but it's entirely unnecessary to block those wind when you actually need it in hot weather, like in Florida, Miami, okay? Now the bike looks a lot more muscle, like a lot more like a muscle bike. Granted, it's only 670cc, and I do have a crash bar that the previous owner installed, which I think is totally unnecessary as well. So I'm gonna find a chance to remove that, and it's actually a really expensive one. This one is made in Germany, Hapco and Becker. So I think there was two screws that I need to remove. So one screw here, and one screw hidden somewhere in there, and then this bar here. All right, so it looks good, but I don't ever jolt my bike, and I don't think an engine guard is really necessary for this bike, and it's gonna save some weight. Future consideration, I might try one of those shorty pipes again, just to make the bike look more lean, as opposed to a fatty looking bike that actually doesn't really output, you know, that much horsepower, right? So a leaner bike is gonna be more efficient, and it's gonna be more fun for the city ride. So that's it. I hope you guys found this video helpful in helping you replace your windscreen. If you're really suffering from that Honda windscreen, you can get another windscreen from GV and also some other companies that makes tall windscreen that works better than the Honda stock tall windscreen. Okay, hopefully, as long as it's 4 screws, you'll be able to remove and replace it in just under literally 10 seconds, 10 minutes, if you have both hands working on it and you know exactly what you're doing. Just a few screws and a 5mm hex wrench, and something to pop those 4 popping out fasteners. I don't know how do you call those, the pop screws maybe, but that's it. And again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.